A long life spent in a miserable way.
Hey guys, I'm Aiden Jax, and today I want to introduce to you Those Who Remain, a wave-based first-person shooter that is taking Roblox by storm. Before all this starts, here are all the timestamps for each part of the discussion. Let me tell you a story. I was scrolling through the games page on Roblox a few days ago, and I stumbled across a game called Those Who Remain. It had a catchy thumbnail and it called itself a wave-based shooter, so I decided to try it out. I loaded it, looked at my loadout, and saw I was rocking a sawed-off shotgun. It was the beginner weapon, of course, but it was a fun weapon nonetheless. I spawned into a dark tunnel and died instantly. I remember there were some level 20 something guys on the server. I asked them for help. They covered me the next wave and I was shooting infected left and right with them, having a hell of a time. I leveled up, bought a new gun, kept playing with them for about 4 hours. I was level 5 already and I realized this game was brilliant. It was catchy and got me addicted so fast. What's the moral of this story? That Those Who Remain knew how to draw me in, and it kept promising new, better weapons, and I kept playing just to buy a new gun and try it out. December 22nd, 2018 is when Those Who Remain became public to all on Roblox, but it has been in the works since late 2016. The Twitter @PeakDevRoblox began posting sneak previews as early as June of 2017. It looked promising, to say the least, and when it released, it was fun. Shooting hordes of enemies that come at you is fun, to put it simply. The sense of happiness, of pure joy, when you blast an infected's head off with a pump-action shotgun is pure ecstasy. But that's not all. The devs have had the time to craft the story, and clues are scattered around the currently available maps. Those Who Remain has lore. It's not some off-brand, oh look, zombies, let's shoot them. It's much deeper than that. I'll try to present the basic story, and if enough of you are interested, I might make a detailed lore video. Let's begin. The infection requires a live host, which means it can't reanimate the dead, making it not a zombie virus, but actually similar to the thing that caused the infection in Left 4 Dead. It is a bacterium. So far, we know that the game takes place somewhere after 2020, when patient 0, Andrew Statford, was infected. May it be days or years. Andrew Statford had the bloater strain of infection, according to an image found in the bypass map. That's all I have gathered in this short span of time, but I might talk to the developers about the story if it is wanted. As the game has loaded its assets, you are greeted with the menu in a cozy living room with a fireplace. It looks really great, and it's aided by the intense piano which serves as background music. There are 6 sections you can access. The ready button. By pressing it, you can confirm wanting to play in the next wave. Pressing loadout moves the camera from the living room to the garage, and here you can pick the 3 types of weapons. Primary, the stronger guns you'll be using most of the time, ranging from shotguns to rifles, snipers, and LMGs, even having a flamethrower. Secondaries being SMGs or pistols or small weapons in general to aid you when you're out of ammo on the primaries. And melee, for quick swings at enemies that are right in front of you. Currently there are 25 primaries, 14 secondaries and 17 melee weapons, and you can pre-purchase any of them. Keep in mind that if you level up, the price decreases significantly, so you might wait a bit before buying a certain weapon just to save some cash for the next one. The next submenu is Perks, which moves the camera next to the car. As of now, there are 3 skill trees. Survivalist, which focuses on health and speed, having skills that improve the speed of running, the healing capability of medkits, etc. The last skill in this tree is called Guardian Angel, and on each wave you can heal a teammate. Craftsman, useful for those that like building, gives more potential to store bombs, etc. The last skill is called Juggernaut, making you spawn equipped with an armor vest that is twice as durable as the usual one. And Marksman, my personal favorite, helps you with guns, improving damage and capability of certain types of guns. The last skill here is called Overwatch, and it unlocks the Barrett MA2A1. Having this said, you can only have 3 perks from all the trees active at once, meaning you have to manage what you actually need for a certain map, mixing and matching potential skills. Each level of skills are unlocked as you progress, the first level being accessible when the player reaches level 10. The next section is the shop, where you can trade Robux for in-game dollars and buy power-ups and skins. The second to last button is the spectate tool, which allows you to watch your teammates play the game. This is useful if you are dead and have nothing to do until the next wave. The last submenu is options. Here you can see the controls, change sensitivity, graphics and audio settings to better suit your PC's performance. This is actually quite deep, as you can tick off and on a lot of graphical functions that make the game as beautiful as it is. Now let's move on to the meat of this video, the gameplay element, how this game actually plays, what you have to do and why it's so fun and addicting. After a short intermission, 30 seconds to be exact, and another 10 labeled starting, you are dropped at random onto the map and the wave begins. Currently there are 10 waves, each increasing in difficulty and each lasting 10 minutes. The first 4 are pretty easy, as they are mostly for looting and for any newcomers to get used to the core gameplay. The next 6 feature increasing numbers of the infected, with a faster speed and more frequent spawns, being able to kill you in 3 or 4 hits at wave 9 and 10 if you're not careful. The cycle of 10 waves lasts around 50 minutes, the latter waves having a higher difficulty spike. At the end of the last wave, players who have survived will receive a bonus for completing that map. Now, seeing as the maps are pretty big and waves lasting as much as they do, and the horde coming to kill you, there should be some items to help you, right? Scattered around the map, there are a bunch of items that give you bonuses. Let's talk about each of them. Ammo is pretty self-explanatory. When you pick one up, it regenerates 1 mag of your currently equipped weapon. Bandages regenerate 1 bar of your health, indicated by the shape on your HUD. A player has a total of 5 bars of health that decrease when damaged, obviously. A medical kit regenerates all your missing health. Armor vests are used to fill up this blue bar, composed of 4 smaller bars that are equal to those 5 of health. This soaks up all the damage you would have taken on your health. When the vest is used up, you are unprotected again and you can equip another one. Another type of lootable items are the grenades. There are 3 types. The frag, which offers a common explosion, killing all the infected in the area. The Molotov, which is objectively the best, because it offers an area of effect that deals continuous damage to the AI killing it, this lasting about 10 seconds. And the nerve gas, which slows enemies significantly, making it very potent on higher waves, when you and your team are holed up in a location with a one-way exit and infected are sprinting towards you. The energy drink serves as a boost to your speed for a short amount of time, being good for outrunning the horde. There are 4 more items that, once picked up, can be only accessed in the building mode by pressing F. Clap bombs, which are similar to frags but explode only when the enemy comes in contact with the area in front of the bomb. Jacks, which are a bunch of actual frags strapped to a box that emits music, similar to a jack-in-the-box, but instead of a clown popping up, it just explodes, dealing massive damage. And barbed wire, which you pick 2 at a time and can be placed down in the paths of the infected to slow them down while they walk over it. Fun fact: placing the barbed wire vertically is actually more efficient than placing it horizontally on the ground. And finally, the 50 cal, a massive machine gun which you put down and fire continuously, mauling any enemy in its way, with a total of 300 ammo. The 50 cal can only be dropped by the helicopter, which brings me to my next subject. At any point during any wave, a helicopter can be seen approaching the map. It will land a payload full of cargo, then it will depart. Players should follow it, as it is the only source of the aforementioned 50 cal. But be warned, it only has a chance to drop the 50 cal, meaning that not every time it lands there will be a machine gun waiting there for you. Furthermore, it can also drop medic bags and all other types of loot. Of course, the infected aren't all the same. There are more types of these infected, and each of them will always look different thanks to the RNG aspect. First, there are the regulars, which are split into civs, which go down the easiest, military, which go down a tiny bit slower, needing to pump one more shot into them, and the riots, which are just regulars with armor, but take significantly more damage before they go down. After this, there are the sprinters, which are the same as regulars, only they are slightly faster. Bolters, which, according to the lore, are the cause of scoliosis in the original host. These sneaky bastards can crawl and will jump at you when you least expect it. Finally, we have bloaters, the toughest enemies. They appear morbidly obese because of the spore clusters that have developed on their body. They shoot balls of God knows what at your location, and if you don't move in time, it will damage you a whole lot. Now that I have discussed everything I could have about gameplay, let's move on to what a beginner should do once they have all this information. Okay, as a beginner, stay with the group, make sure to use molotovs as you can grab kills easily when the infected are dying from your grenade. As soon as you get the cash, buy the Ruger 1022 because it's better off than the sawed-off, but it's still garbage, so keep holding money and leveling up until you can afford the Mossberg 800 shotgun and the Cerbo Super Shotty. Once you have these two, you won't be a newbie no longer, and you can begin XP farming and just having fun while grinding for better weapons. Don't spam any of your guns, as ammo is scarce, and once you don't have any ammo, the horde will definitely kill you, as you have no ways to defend yourself. Your best bet in the melee department is the 2x4 because it's good, or the sledgehammer, but that's more endgame material. I've talked a lot about this game, and I hope I caught your eye. I discovered it a few days ago, and since then I've been playing non-stop. Sure, the game doesn't have many maps right now, but it just released a week ago. The devs are working non-stop to bring you new maps, weapons, and features to the game, and they listen to you, to the community. If you want to contribute, the link to their Discord will be in the description. Also, the aforementioned community is full of nice people ready to help you should you require it. I suggest you press the link in the description below to play the game right now. That's it for me for now. This has been a brief analysis of Those Who Remain. I'm AidenJax, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!